I'm Grizzly Greg. Hit that thumbs up button. Drop a comment. Always smash that subscribe button. Thank you to my sponsor, Pandemic Performance. Check them out on Instagram, Facebook, and pandemicperformance.com for all your performance needs. Enjoy the video. Alright, hey YouTube. We are back. Going to install this bumper seat in my RZR. Since I have a 2-year-old, and she's starting to get old enough to kind of take a rip down the street and stuff. Maybe not the hard trails, but I'm going to take you along for the ride to install this bad boy. So we will get to it. Alright, first step to take the 3 T40 Torx out and the 4 plastic rivets. There's one over there too. The plastic rivets can be a pain in the butt, but I just had these out about 2 weeks ago, so they're still kind of loose. I just use a 90-degree pick. If you got a rivet tool, that would work better, but you just kind of go like that, work each side, and eventually it pops open. So pretty simple. And then loosen this just to get it forward a little bit like that, and I believe it's going to mount to these bolts right here. Okay, next step would be to get this console forward. I put a little bungee strap on there just to kind of hold it forward. Take the bolts out of the stock belt set up here. So I'm doing that next. Alright, so the next step would be to take one of these eye bolts and feed it through that tab that the belt was buckled to. It goes the eye bolt, stock belt, machine tab, 4-point harness, triangle, and then the bracket. Make sure the bracket sits upright like this. I got one of them all secured. What you got to do is get your hand under there, hold the eye bolt, and then stick your hand through that hole and put that nut on. So it's kind of by touch, so you got to be patient. The buckle is on the passenger side of the vehicle. It'll go like that. So I got one of them done. You got to kind of work through that tight hole, but I'm gonna do the next one and continue on. Alright, just a simple 3/8 ratchet with a 4 or 5 inch extension, deep wheel 17mm. I went through here, and you can get at the bolts from right back in here, and then the eye bolts are down in there. I just used a screwdriver, stuck a screwdriver in the eye bolts, tighten them up. Everything is secured. I can't tell by the pictures here, but it definitely looks like they got the belt going into the seatbelt hole, because I don't see it circled right here, and I don't see the belts going through the door. So definitely going to do it this way. This is upright. If I would have put this in backwards, I think it would have been tilted like this. So very good indication it's sitting upright. So on the next step. Alright, so feeding these through, way harder than actually bolting that up. What I ended up doing was putting a zip tie on each one of these. There is a metal bar that's inside the seat that goes like this. You got to go underneath that. But once the zip tie kind of poked out, getting these metal clips through was a pain in the butt too, because they're about as wide as the slot. So I had to turn them sideways, push them through. I had my buddy Aaron over there that kind of helped. So we had one person pushing from this side and one person grabbing. So if you got a buddy to help you, it's a lot easier. Alright, next step is to take it off right here. These little clips, it's like a spring-loaded thing. You can push this back to take out this slack. Take that whole belt right out, and then you feed it through the loop like that. And then you can sit here and tighten this by just pulling on the strap here. And that's going to fit right over my child's lap. Alright, basically wrap around the straps around your roll cage bar, and we're going to leave it a little loose here because once I get my daughter in there, we'll have to adjust pretty much everything anyway. Make sure it's all good. But you got the strap, or the lap adjustment here, lap adjustment here, shoulder strap adjustment there, shoulder strap adjustment here, and then I still got, we can pull this out or pull this in by adjusting right here. So it's all in there. And then it is a little wiggly, but once you get the stock seats in here, it should fit snug to where these don't move as much. Also, another question that I might get, these belt, there's no way to get these grommets back in there, so I'm literally just leaving them like that. Don't want to cut them because I want to reinstall them, you know, a couple years from now when I get rid of this seat, sell it on Marketplace, and get a 4-seater side by side. So we're gonna throw the stock seats in and go from there.
Oh yeah.
All right, stock seats are in. That, it really pinches everything tight to really together. That looks good. That looks good. I am not disappointed in that. It's gonna be a good armrest when she's not riding with us. Time for a rip.